Yoga for Healing Warriors. Those that are working for their highest, greatest good. Walking that narrow solo dolo path. Breaking generational curses. Paying off all your karmic debt while not creating new is key to a part of this thing we call life. Not today. At the bottom of the deck, having your boundaries up have some feeling as though they're drowning. You may be avoiding conversation or maybe being guided to avoid conversation with certain individuals. Pay attention to your intuition. Use your discernment. Some things it's not worth dealing with. Especially those you may have put boundaries up with that you have had to leave behind that are still upset. What is it that we need to know, Holy Spirit? Separation in reverse. There's no sadness. I don't think that you're missing anything that you had to leave behind. If you do, is some few second memory into that and you jump right back out. You are certain of your future. You're staying away from prickly thorns. You know a cactus when you see it. Girl with a snake. Charmed or used. Enable and boundaries again. There's that word boundaries. But on this one, there's someone that seems to be spying on you. They're masked as a human, but you see the snake. Masculine or feminine, but strong feminine energy. But that is the energy. You can be a masculine and be all up in your feminine energy, and there's nothing worse than a karmic male that's unbalanced, that's over into their feminine energy. That's like having a female as a personify it when they're on your menses, how you're supposed to be a bitch. Well, that same personification you can use in this scenario. Because not all women have that episode. Being a female, I recognize myself. It depends on the mood that I was already in. But yeah, those cramps can make you irritable, but that is no excuse to be a bitch. Ascending, blocked, sideways. Either blocked spiritually or by self. In this, I believe it's because of the person's choice. They're blocking their own ascension because they're not expanding and learning, not becoming more enlightened on what their path is. They're not going to a new phase, nor preparing for a union with you. That's been put to an end. The relationship is over. If this resonates with you, someone you had to set up boundaries with that may be coming to loop back around to you, but you have your boundaries up, or if you don't, you're being guided to. No second chances on this individual, whoever you have in your mind that it could be. And it could possibly be several individuals that you feel like is what's dead is dead. They may be into necromancy. What else do we need to know? This is not a soulmate. This is someone that just made themselves an enemy. Or if they were your soulmate, they are no longer your soulmate because they are karmic, which makes this a karmic relationship. Hey, it only takes one. That cookie has crumbled. There is no love. It was broken. It has died, and there's no resurrection. Someone may be realizing this truth, and they're feeling the intensity of this letting go, and it's causing them to feel in turmoil, possibly wanting to flee to you. Well, definitely are wanting to flee to you. That's just confirmation now. Not enough. They may feel you're not enough, or they're not enough, or they have not done enough. Because of their lacking confidence, they self-sabotage this. Because of their egos and fear, now they're trapped, blinded, and they refuse to remove their own blinders, feeling frustrated, beating themselves in the face, when all they have to do is slip that covering from over their eye. But they'd rather play a victim. What else is it that we need to know? Addictions. You're separated from this energy because there are no addictions, no codependencies here. You're not stuck in the past. You have a passion. And maybe you had a passion with this person when maybe you thought they were in the upright. Maybe you thought they were your soulmate. But your passion, your spark of life is what's keeping you going. Look at the light. It's your light that had this alive. You're not dealing with snakes, nor chasing after any. They may still be, well, they are still interested in you, and they want to date. They want to date. How nice. Not. Yeah, you're running, but they want to take off with you. They may think that they have it in their head even to come and drag you away. Side note for someone. What is it that we need to know about this person that is not a soulmate? It's not ascending because they refuse to take their own blinders off. They refuse to grow and heal, to mend their own heart. So they're sitting in the shadows, feeling like shit. Only sulking in that victim mentality instead of healing, going within. It's too late for them. They have been having reckless sex, calling it love. What's too late? They're a jackass that you must keep rejecting. If you don't reject this slithering snake, we have a snake that's not on the good side, they're in the shadow side, coming up out of the dark. You either get bit, stung, hung, entangled, with nowhere to go if you do not follow the guides, your intuition. This jackass that does not want to be seen as a snake is in massive regrets over this family union they could have had, or over their own lineage, their own family, or the family they could have with you. They're in massive regrets. What are these massive regrets? Because they have no feelings, or they're drowning in their feelings. They're drowning in their feelings. They're feeling imbalanced, confused, like they're in a hurry to get somewhere, but they don't have anywhere to go, because wherever they're thinking they're going, if they showed up there wouldn't be anyone else there. So they're rushing to do nothing, rushing to get to nothing, because they have not done the healing. And you're being guarded against anyone that has caused you any issues that you had to cut off, that you must have once loved. Someone that has a sex addiction, possibly, that might be their issue. Yes, we did see the reckless sex, them sitting in the chair in the dark, feeling regrets, remorse, all in their head. They're feeling sick. Something happened with some kind of sexual escapade. Something happened. What happened? Their side hustle was having sex that they were keeping a secret. Their side hustle was prostitution. This person you thought was their soulmate, that you left behind, had a side hustle that was selling sex. And they want to keep that a secret. What else do we need to know? It was with a queen bee, somebody that was secure, confident, career focused, that they had a love-hate situation with, a karmic relationship. Someone that's not chasing them. And they're doing spell work. They're still trying to manifest this. They still at least have it in their thoughts. They're focused on it so hard that it's become a spell work. From just doing it on continuation, non-stop thinking. And how does this queen bee feel about this love-hate? She's not missing that shit. There's no strings attached. And this side hustle dude that's trying to keep a dude or girl, because I don't know if this same sex is a male, female. Oh no, this is a male and female. Yes. Two feminine cards right here. The couples. And then we have all male here that's out of time, that you thought was your soulmate. That's not ascending. They're stuck in the past, and you're leaving that stuff behind, because you're not stuck in the past. You're not codependent. You don't have addictions. And their sweet talk, they can kiss ass. because they've been having reckless sex at the bottom of the deck again. But they're all up in your grill, thinking that they could come back with a dirty freaking wine after you've already been spiritually awoken, you're self-aware, and you're cutting through the bullshit. How dare you, you dirty fucking rat. You're lower than a rat. What's your little dirty sex secret? Huh? What's your little dirty sex secret? What's going on there? What are you trying to keep a secret while you out here having sex with people? A new boo. Somebody they had recently, or someone they had newly met. That was their new boo. They were just learning each other, flirting. The sweet talk worked on them. There's no attachments with you. You're out of the picture. So we're talking about this divine, not so divine masculine, and this little side piece that he was flirting with. It wasn't for the long haul. It was a side piece. It was a quick fling. This fake friend, a hidden intentioned, fake, two-faced friend. What was this intention of this fake friend that was not in for the long haul? Oh, it's them Bonnie and Clyde. The Bonnie and Clyde side piece duo. The ones that were stealing and doing illegal things. Now they're having a realization that they went from being a karmic to being worse than a karmic. A karmic is already a devil. So now you're a real full-blown demon. Because you've been on demon time. And now you're getting things repossessed, taken. You're losing things. You have lost your stability over a fling. You invested your time into doing dirty deeds instead of loving on yourself. You gave yourself fake love, 5-minute love. This Bonnie and Clyde, this dirty duo, these thieves. A sneaky link. Now they're realizing that sneaky link that was a part of their squad, a friends group, was not a friend. Now what's with the sneaky link? What else do we need to know? People are gossiping and spreading rumors. There's talk going on. People are being nosy, or at least want to know what's going on. Because you're not in this relationship. My hand hit, I don't know, this should have been this way. But you're not a third party to this. That's confirmation. You saw the red flags. Ashe, you took heed. You saw that it was a risky situation. You saw the warning signs. So what's going down? Oh, somebody might be expecting. Or they thought that this was going to be their new hot beginning. And they were going to have it all. This Bonnie and Clyde. These sneaky links. That were among a group of friends. They were having sex for money. This masculine was. And this sneaky link that's in their friends group might be doing the same thing. All I know is this Queen Bee boss bitch saw the red flags and she not missing shit. Bad choices were made. They should have took more time in the right direction. Now they want to burn evidence of this whole situation. Now they're realizing that they were only fulfilling a fantasy. And they're caught because of their lack of emotional intelligence. Caught up in betrayal, deceit, backstabbing, and traitors among thieves, those that are untrustworthy. This Bonnie and Clyde group, this duo within a group, these worker sexaholics. They would do whatever it took for the money, I guess. This group, this duo. However many there were or are that are still stuck in the past. I know from previous readings, this Bonnie and Clyde was a part of a little group that was sneaking around and doing witchcraft and putting spells on each other, thinking they were buddies. They were all fake with one another. Possibly a King of Cups wannabe. Or at least a King of Cups is somewhere in this vicinity. They're not able to get away with this deceit. They're not going to be able to get away with this disloyalty or this falsehood. That's blocked because they're caught. Some fast, swift action is being taken place right now. And I'm picking up ancestor energy. Who is this Bonnie and Clyde? Who is this masculine and this feminine? Oh, an emperor in disguise that's trying to get away with something, huh? Because of the disharmony between these two, this conflict, he wants to detach, but he can't because there's already action being taken. Well, who is this female? Somebody that just wanted to have victory. The Hierophant at the bottom of the deck. Taurus energy. So we have Taurus and Aries out here. We have fire and air. This woman may be a Hierophant. This emperor may have been posing as a Hierophant. But these two were working up under a Hierophant, someone that they were taking orders from. They're realizing in order to find peace, they're going to have to accept the consequences. If they want to see something positive, they have to be about something positive. Give me one on this Five of Cups reverse. Yeah, this group. Give me one on this Five of Cups reverse. Balance is coming in. Temperance angel. There's work behind the scenes being done. Someone's working diligently, staying focused and seeing the patterns. Sun in Virgo, earth element. And we're going to leave that right there. Peace.